Easter weekend is a time of reflection and rejoicing. But how will this most holy of the weekends in the Christian calendar be met in Newtown, still recovering after the terrible events of December 14th? News 8's Jamie Muro spent the day in Newtown speaking with one local pastor who was a pillar for grieving families and his community since the news broke. He joins us now live in the Hartford newsroom with more. Jamie?
Aaron, good evening. You know, each holiday certainly will spark a different feeling or a different emotion for the people of Newtown. And as this one pastor told me today, Christian or not, he believes that there are lessons that can be taken from the Easter holiday weekend that can be used to help the people of Newtown. The passage of time. It brings the promise of spring. Symbolism not lost on the steadfast community of Newtown, Connecticut.
New life is possible. That new life comes sometimes in ways that are very small and imperceptible, you know, and then suddenly you notice the crocuses have come.
Reverend Matthew Krebin of Newtown Congregational Church has been a voice of strength for a weary, wounded town. Easter weekend, he says, should be an epiphany of hope and light to many still lost in the darkness.
Sometimes we think we live in a Good Friday world, you know, a world of ugliness and violence. And sorrow and grief. But really, the faith testimony is that we actually live in an Easter world, despite evidence to the contrary, and that we can choose how we see the world.
The Easter story can't erase the memory of violence, of evil, of savagery that will bruise this docile community for years. But it does echo how many have chosen to move on here, embracing the richness of life, of strength, of togetherness, rather than be swept away by the stain of death.
Before the events in December, we were a community that had folks that saw the beauty and the grace and the care that was a part of our lives, and that hasn't disappeared, even though there's been darkness and ugliness and struggle and grief, and there will still be grief and sorrow and recovery from trauma yet to come. Still, you know, we can live as an Easter people, as a people that are held in that grace and that love.
Now, we're also told that the Congregational Church for Easter services on Sunday, there will be 26 Easter lilies that will be accompanied by 26 butterflies. We're live in the Hartford newsroom. I'm Jamie Muro, News 8.